Welcome or welcome back to Tarot and Chill. My name's Nisha. This is a pick a card reading with a vision of your future. I've got 9 groups for you to choose from today. Group 1 is the Amethyst. Group 2 is the Sodalite. Group 3 is the Black Obsidian. Group 4 is the Unakite. Group 5 is the Red Jasper. Group 6 is the Jade. Group 7 is the Smoky Quartz. Group 8 is the Orange Calcite. And Group 9 is the White Quartz. Please pause the video now if you need to take a moment to make your choice. Otherwise, I'll see you in your reading. All the timestamps will be below. You can also find details of my personal readings if you'd like to book with me. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Leave me a comment to let me know how it resonates for you. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed and you'd like to see more content like this. And I'll see you in your reading. This reading is for you if you chose the Amethyst. Let's see what cards you have. In the astrology reading cards you have Pluto, your ability to transform, take a big leap forward, and rebirth. From the Sacred Power reading cards you have Protection. From the Elemental Oracle you have Breath, Life. From the True Heart Intuitive Tarot you have 5 of Cups. And 5 of Swords. And then from the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot you have the 8 of Pentacles. And the 2 of Pentacles. I'm seeing there's something going on with your work which is maybe a change of jobs. And you might move to a different job, or you might have maybe like a different schedule or something, a different shift pattern. Or for someone, it's just like a shift with things where maybe, I don't know if your business has not been going well and it's going to shift to going a lot better. Or something like that, like you've been unemployed and unable to find jobs, or I'm hearing for someone homeless and unable to find a place. It feels like things are shifting and you're going to find that you get back on the right foot with life and you feel like you're in the right flow again. You feel like you're doing the right thing. It feels like things have been really difficult for you if that's you, and I feel like there's maybe... For someone, it's like a really good job coming through, but for someone, it's maybe like your love life has been terrible and there's someone really great coming through for you. But yeah, I feel like you might have a choice to make, like maybe there's a choice of whether to stay single for someone, because I feel like you've been through some difficult times and maybe you're not ready to move on from what you've been through. You feel a bit confused, and maybe you're not sure if you want a partnership because your work's so busy. You might feel like you should just get on with your work. And treat that as almost like healing. I feel like someone's been through something that's like PTSD giving, like you've got PTSD from what you've been through. It's like trauma. I don't really want to guess what it is because I feel like it's upsetting. I'm hearing, can I say that or not? Someone wrote I'm hearing someone wrote like a self-deletion note. So I'm really sorry if that was you, if you had to read it or something like that. It feels like really, really upsetting. So I am really sorry that one spirit told me I should repeat for somebody to feel seen in their time of real sadness. And it feels like someone has, it's like something like gun violence. I'm really sorry. It's like a vision of someone who's been through something like that. And it's like you put yourself into your work. But I do feel like there may be some sort of thing that you like an injury or something that you have that maybe... I feel like you may need to maybe get checked out or something, like it still hurts or something, I'm hearing. And I feel like for someone there may be something you witness, which is like a crime. And it makes you very upset. It's like very traumatizing again. And I feel like you're going to be safe. Like I can see you having a lot more life. Like you're not having any problems or anything like that. Don't worry. But I do feel like it's going to be upsetting. It's like you see something that's very jarring. I don't think it's like for you, but I feel like someone might just watch like a really upsetting movie actually. And it's like really disturbing for you. It's like something like you see something and you can't unsee it. That's what's coming through, and it's maybe like you and other people, it's not just you. Yeah, it's like someone makes like a disturbing psycho movie and you see it. That's kind of coming through. Like for someone, it's like maybe someone does something really disturbing in your town and it makes you scared or something like that. Or you just like hear about something and it disturbs you. So be careful with the kind of information you consume and who you encounter. But yeah, I do feel like you're going to be safe and protected if anything does disturb you or anything disturbing happens. It feels like it's very, very, very upsetting though. It's just like you're not going to find that it's not like life threatening for you personally, I want to say. It's just more like you will find that it's like changing something. Like there is a shift happening, and I feel like for someone the shift is like you've already gone through things like that. Like it's not anything new. So please don't fear. It's like for most of you, I feel like you've already gone through something bad. I'm just collecting the person in the collective or the people in the collective it's for. Feels like there is a big shift, like it's like all you do is work. Because you're really sad, and I feel like you've had really sad relationships and really sad friendships. Maybe really like upset people around you or people who've been through a lot of trauma. And I feel like it's been hard for you to date maybe, and you've maybe felt under attack by people almost, like they're not really your friends. Like they've maybe stabbed you in the back, and I feel like it's hard to trust. But I feel like there's a shift going on where you, one, feel really happy alone, but two, also get into your work in like a flow state. I'm seeing there is something to do with someone's eye, like maybe you need a vision test. I'm not sure if someone needs a vision test. I feel like for someone, they may have gone through some things that they remember. It's like you've gone through upsetting things in the past that's ages ago, and it's like you're thinking about the past and it's traumatizing to re-remember the things you've been through. That's kind of what I'm seeing for most people. It's like you remember things from the past. It's really upsetting, but I do feel like for some people you might end up witnessing like a crime or something like that, and I feel like you might end up, I feel like you might want to not say anything about it even, because it's like disturbing for you and you don't want to re-remember it. Maybe it's like you don't want to get in trouble with people or something like that. Like you don't want to say what you saw because you feel like it's like snitching, or that's coming through for someone. It's like snitching, or it's gonna get you trouble in your neighborhood if you say anything. Like it's like people who won't serve like a long sentence in prison anyway, and then they would come out and intimidate you or something. So you have to be very careful, I feel like, with things like that. But I feel like for most of you, it's like your life is probably not going in that direction in any way, and you're probably not going to see anything like that. Like that's not really your life. For someone watching, I feel like it is, and it's again for me to acknowledge them. But for some people, I feel like it's Okay, I'm hearing I have to say something that I don't really want to say. So please switch off if you're sensitive now, because I feel like the reading's kind of over for you. But for someone, if you want to keep watching, for someone it's like a psycho movie you're watching on TV. For someone it's like your life is turning into something like that. It's like there's something really jarring happening. And it's like something in your neighborhood that's coming through again. And I do feel like you're safe and protected, but you just might feel like a bit traumatized, somebody. I'm really sorry if you've gone through something that's made you really upset recently. I feel like it has been really upsetting for someone, and it has been like a kind of an eye-opening thing about how bad life can be or how bad people can be. And it's kind of hard for you to get over that. I feel like you might go through a personal power switch where you find the power is on the other foot and you start to feel empowered again rather than feeling like a victim of what you went through. I do feel like you might have to cry for a while. And I'm seeing someone might need to do like a sage cleansing ritual so they can feel reborn in a good way and not clinging to any horrible things that happened in your past. I'm seeing someone doing like a cleansing ritual where they're in the bath and they're kind of like sacredifying themselves again, like washing all the pain and sadness away, taking like a spiritual bath, which is really holy, and trying to, hearing for someone like rebaptize yourself. You might have gone through something which was like very, like again, like a psycho movie, like it was like a scene from a psycho movie. I don't really want to say too much more because it's like really, I don't want to re-trigger you or anything like that, but it's like you should probably take care of yourself if that's you, bestie, and don't trust people, I want to say. It's like you've seen how bad people can be. So be careful who you trust, and I feel like you should try and work independently. I'm seeing you working independently, and I'm seeing you probably have good money. If that's you, it's like a particular vision of someone. It's like they have they have like a kind of angry face, and the hair is kind of the hair is like sticking up on one end, almost like they're almost like they've been struck by lightning or something. I'm not sure. It's like a kind of vision of somebody where they look angry, and it's like superhuman strength, almost like somebody's got like human but superhuman strength, and their hair is all sticking up on one end and they look really angry. It's like a strange vision, and I feel like there'll be a protector, like someone will, if you encounter this kind of dangerous person, I want to say, it feels like it's either dangerous for this person or it's like dangerous to encounter this person. I feel like there'll be someone else who's protective or protective for you. And I feel like you'll see them and you'll see the way forward. I'm seeing, it feels like someone has an interest in something that might get them into a kind of situation where they get into that kind of problem. Like maybe you want to do like a documentary or journalism or something, and it's like, or joining the police is coming through. And I feel like you might see some, like joining the police is particularly coming through, or the army. It's like you're gonna have to, or even like working at a morgue or being a doctor. I feel like you might see things which are really upsetting and disturbing. So I'm sorry if that's you, bestie. It feels like it's like maybe part of your job. But you do need maybe to heal from it. It's like one of those things where it will maybe change you a bit as a person for a short amount of time. You maybe need some therapy from that and a little downtime and a little healing time. But I also do feel like your work will help you distract yourself from what you've been through or what you go through. I do feel like for someone it is part of your job. It's kind of like you just go to work and one day there's like a bad thing that happens, like you are a doctor and you lose a patient, and I'm really sorry if that's you. It's like really heartbreaking and upsetting, and you'll feel really upset about it and maybe unable to sleep at night for a while. That's coming through. So I feel like trying to take care of yourself as best you can. But some other people, and I feel like your spirit guides and your higher power are going to come in and protect you. I almost feel it's like an angelic gift that comes to you, an angelic lift that helps you come through a really, really, really bad time, and like a shift, an angelic shift. So yeah, I feel like it's an interesting mixed time for you. I feel like your emotions are going to be a bit turbulent, but I do feel like things are going in a way of progress despite any real dark experiences you may have had in the past, or you maybe have in the future months to come. I want to say things are going to be okay anyway. But yeah, sorry for the reading. Please do come for a personal if you'd like more information, or if any of it like did hit home too much. But I hope you enjoyed the reading, even though it was a bit difficult one. I'm sorry I had to pass on the messages from Spirit. Please don't forget to hit the like button and leave me a comment to let me know how it resonated for you. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed and you like this kind of content. And don't forget to get in touch if you'd like a personal reading. The information will be below. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. This reading is for you if you chose the Sodalite. Let's see what cards you have. From the astrology reading cards, you have the 8th house. This transformational area of your life is about shared resources and intense emotions. From the sacred power reading cards, you have soul journey. From the elemental oracle, you have mountain, clarity. From the True Heart Intuitive Tarot, you have the 2 of Cups and the 2 of Wands. And then from the Rider-Waite Smith Tarot, you have the 3 of Pentacles and the 6 of Pentacles. It seems like you are getting some alone time right now, and you're at that point in your soul journey where you're at a little bit of a distance from people, and I feel like for a lot of you, you're single and you're looking for someone to love. I feel like you're going to have a little break for a while, and it's like the next person you get is the forever one. Feels like there's someone who's going to really stand out to you soon, and it's especially exciting for those of you where you've been alone for ages. If you're already in a relationship, I feel like it's already going really well. So it's kind of boring if I talk to you guys first, so please forgive me and don't be annoyed with me for talking to singles first. Some of you guys are a bit pushy with things like that sometimes, so just wait and I'll get to you. But yeah, it feels like if you've been alone for a long time, it's like restful for you. It's like a break from people. You're figuring out yourself and you're understanding who you are. And you've come to a lot of higher wisdom and higher knowledge. I feel like you guys have become really sacred in yourself and you don't want to share your bed with anyone unclean and unpure and unsacred. You feel like there's like a new dawn coming in your life soon. Maybe you feel really tired and not really ready to come close with people. I feel like someone's saying like, I'm a computer geek and a hermit, miss. Me too, to be honest, funny. I'm a bit of a computer geek and a hermit. I feel like a lot of us are since the pandemic, and it's been like refreshing for people like me. It's just like stretching and yoga. Maybe people like you too. I'm hearing you guys saying people like me. And I feel like it's like, yay, because we find friends remotely and we can talk remotely. And we can still share ideas and we can still communicate. And I feel like for someone, it's like you have communicated with someone online or you've seen someone online, you've got your eye on them. Maybe in real life for some people, but you're maybe communicating using the tools available to you. And maybe you live nearby, but you just don't see each other much because of work. Like maybe you're busy and you have a lot to do, don't we all? So yeah, I feel like you're still maybe at a distance, like even if you're in a couple, maybe you don't see each other enough because of work. You're at a little distance from each other and you have to communicate using your phone. And it feels like a bit stressful at times, like this vision of your future. It's kind of, maybe for some of you it's similar to today, but just more evolved. But yeah, for some of you, I feel like it's really exciting because you're single today. I feel like in a few months or even a few days, for some of you, it's like you're going to get, for someone, it's like a few minutes, you're going to get a communication from someone that's really sweet and lovely. Some of you, it's like within a few months, I feel like you're going to be in a sweet coupleship, which is going to lead to marriage because I feel like you and this person are very serious about each other. And you feel the same way and you feel like you want a house together. And I feel like this person is quite well off. They might be able to fund like a nicer house than you would think. It's almost like a palace is coming through. It feels like a palace to you. It feels really comfortable. Maybe it's for you. Maybe you can fund a better house than you think. It's a nice palace where your family can come and stay. Feels like someone might get a promotion at work and it's currently not a very good job that you have, or maybe you don't earn very much and you're really grateful for what you earn. I feel like you'll thank you when you get your salary, when you get your paycheck. But I feel like it does not necessarily cover much more than what you need. Like you break even maybe at the end of the month and you don't have as much in savings as you'd want, if anything, in savings. And maybe you would like to like replace some old clothes and get yourself to a higher level or get a nicer house or do something different. I'm hearing for someone like put another level on your house or something like that, like finish building your house. But yeah, it feels like it's a really nice idea for you to think now about what you could do to promote yourself, like to put yourself in a higher position, to get yourself a higher job. And for someone that might be, something's coming through about like computer programming or social media marketing or something like that. I feel like you're on fire when it comes to career ideas in the future. It feels like someone's got lots of plans and lots of little ideas that are all going to add up to a big plan and something big that might make quite a big impact and might make a financial increase in a way that feels like a promotion, whether you have a job or it's your own business or whatever it is you do. But yeah, I feel like you might have your sights set on someone and it feels like you kind of know them and you kind of know roughly like where they might live. Someone you might want to move abroad. I'm also hearing like maybe you feel lonely where you are and you're just resting, and maybe you get an idea from the divine that is to go somewhere else. And I feel like when you go, you will find like a nicely paid job and people to be friends with, and it'll be really nice for you. I feel like you will find someone to marry if that's you and you're already finding the guidance is coming to you about exactly where to go. Don't ask me because I'm not telling everyone that, because like a lot of you it's in your own city. And a lot of you are just like meeting them online anyway. But yeah, for some of you, you might find someone online and they're a bit far away. I feel like for someone there might be something coming through about like paparazzi or fame. Like people wanting to know how you did something, or people wanting to put you on shows, like talk shows, or on a screen is coming through, like something about a screen and like fireworks is coming through. So I feel like there may be some celebration for something that someone is doing. And maybe it attracts other people from far and wide to what you do. And I feel like it's a sense of you being a star and making, I want to say, complimentary moves with people around you where they enjoy what you're doing and they feel supportive of you. And I feel like you might have some good co-workers or collaborators that are really helpful, who you can make friends with. And I feel like it's a very tough time for you, maybe when it comes to money right now or at some point in the future. I do feel like it's going to get better. I feel like you're going to have to put in some hard work, and it's going to take a lot of enlightenment and taking time out by yourself to get the right guidance. I want to say, like, you will need some rest and some cleanliness. Like, try and keep your house nice and clean and keep your eyes on the prize. I want to say, like, don't settle for less. Try and aim for, like, if you're currently not getting paid enough, try and keep looking for a better job. And it feels like online you can find something and you will find something. And if you're with nobody and you feel lonely, I feel like you should just keep waiting for the right partner and not settle for someone who's less than what you want, or someone who doesn't match you in some way, or someone who doesn't understand you or doesn't appreciate you. Someone who's ungrateful, I want to say. It feels like it's time to keep the eye on the prize. And I feel like there's a really nice vision of a love relationship in your future. Feels like a dream wedding or a dream house to move into. Seeing someone with a ring on their finger and they're holding their partner's hand. And it looks really beautiful. It's like one hand on top of the other. And the rings are sparkling and it looks really beautiful. And it's like there's like a car key in one's hand and a house key in like the other hand. And you're opening the door and someone's pregnant. And you're opening the door to your house. And it feels like it's got a very nice floorboard. It's like marble, or it's like an elegant wood, and it makes like a little like tapping noise when you walk on it, and it feels really elegant. Like the door shuts really prettily, like it shuts nicely and it's self-locking. Then you have like more locks and it feels very secure and private, and it's like silent as soon as you shut the door, and you can't hear the world outside anymore, and you're just with your love. It feels very romantic and sweet, like you look each other in the eyes and you're happy and you have a conversation. And you enjoy your life and you put the keys down and you have a nice time. So yeah, I feel like this is a really sweet moment in the reading. It's like you both have rings on. You feel really excited to be engaged or married. And yeah, it feels like a perfect dream wedding if you're en route to getting married or en route to getting engaged. It feels really wonderful. Like maybe you even go abroad for the wedding, or maybe you even move abroad with your partner. I want to end the reading there, but thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button below. Leave me a comment to let me know how it resonated for you. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and get in touch if you like a personal reading. The information will be below. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. This reading is for you if you chose the Black Obsidian. Let's see what cards you have. In the astrology reading cards, you have the 5th house, where you have fun, romance, and create things you're proud of. From the Sacred Power reading cards, you have lightning. From the Elemental Oracle, you have East, beginnings. From the True Heart Intuitive Tarot, you have the Emperor. And the Empress. Wow. And then from the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot, you have the Page of Swords. And Strength. It feels like you're going to start talking to somebody in the future where you have really nice dates. I'm feeling like you're going to have a playful, enjoyable time with someone where you feel really whisked away with your feelings a little bit. It's like a daydream love. I feel like right now it's the kind of love you're daydreaming about and imagining. And you might be manifesting it. You might be trying to keep this perfect picture of your future partner or your future relationship in your mind. I'm hearing the, is it the Nutcracker? Like, it's the Nutcracker that I'm hearing. It's like classical kind of music that's quite upbeat and happy. Like a couple dancing, they're like dancing again, like classically. It's really pretty, like ballerina kind of dancing. It's really lovely to see, and I feel like it's in a fancy establishment. There seems to be tables around, and it's like a candlelit dinner. I feel like there's a date and it's like one-on-one and you're smiling and you're looking in each other's eyes, and their eyes are twinkling and your eyes are twinkling. It feels like you're unsuspecting of this right now, and you're unsuspecting of this person coming in. Or maybe you're not, maybe you're already with this person, but you're arguing right now, or maybe your relationship's not that romantic right now. But I feel like things can change very quickly. And I feel like, especially if you've been waiting a long time for love, this is going to be particularly exciting because it does feel like your destined partner, like the perfect partner for you. Someone who has loads in common with you. And I feel like maybe the masculine already has their eye on the feminine, but the feminine's just minding their business and taking time for their hobbies and taking time to take care of themselves and work on themselves and maybe keep their house nice and their environment nice. I feel like this is going to be a very balanced relationship where the masculine and feminine energies are balanced very well. And it feels like it does develop quickly and it happens quickly. The communication happens quickly. You might find you're very lustful towards each other. I feel like you'll wait and you'll get to know each other and you'll want to communicate a lot. But it feels like very healing when you do make love with each other, when you do commit to each other. It feels very healing for you both. I feel like you're going to find that it's like a really, for someone there's like a really complementary business networking relationship that's also coming through. And it's like a kind of, they scratch your back and you scratch theirs kind of relationship. But I also feel like the coupleship is like that. It's very fair. You do equal amounts of work to keep the relationship good, let's say, like you both try and keep each other happy. You don't expect the other person to always phone you or to make the relationship good again if you have I don't feel like you will have any fallouts, but to just like keep the communication going, I feel like you'll try to balance that. And I feel like it's going to be very exciting, and I do feel like the beginning of it is very exciting and out of the blue. And you do get swept away with the feelings, and it is like your dream person. They look how you would most like your dream partner to look, I want to say. It feels like they're very noticeable when you see them. They're someone who you would notice straight away, like they're striking looking. And for someone they're very large, it's like a masculine and he's very large, or a woman and she's very tall. And they're very noticeable, like they're prominent. You notice them immediately because they're maybe like 6 foot plus or something. Like they're really tall and they have a very bright light, like a bright aura. So you notice them really quickly. It's like, wow, who is this person? And you'll want to speak to them. And I feel like they notice you as well. You guys also might be very tall. So I feel like you match each other and you're like head height for each other. And I feel like you speak to each other and you're head over heels for each other. I feel like this person would do backflips for you and you'll do backflips for them. But it's going to be very chill. Like you won't have to. All you have to do is be near each other and it's really healing. It's like you don't have to try that hard for each other. I feel like the communication and the intimacy and the time you spend together and what you naturally would provide for a relationship is just enough, and it feels perfect. And yeah, I feel like this is kind of the one. This feels like the one, like the perfect relationship for you. I feel like you both have magic to contribute to each other's lives. You both have beautiful things to give to each other and say to each other and share with each other, and things to educate each other on, things that you can teach each other. And things that you can do that make each other feel smiley and happy and comfortable. So yeah, I feel like it's a very safe relationship. It's a very comfortable relationship. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Leave me a comment to let me know how it resonated for you. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And don't forget to book a personal reading with me if you like this one. Thank you for watching and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. This reading is for you who chose the Unakite. Let's see what cards you have. From the astrology reading cards you have Mars, your physical energy, drive, strength, and fighting spirit. From the sacred power reading cards you have illusion. From the elemental oracle you have rock, endurance. From the true heart intuitive tarot you have the 7 of wands. And temperance. And then from the Rider-Waite Smith tarot you have temperance again, very interesting. And the 10 of swords. I'm seeing there's a situation of high pressure in your future where you're going to have to stay very relaxed and very calm. Despite how difficult it is, it feels like you're going to have to be really strong under this pressure and undeterred from what you're trying to do by any obstacles that come up. I want to say there's like an obstacle in your path and you have to, I'm seeing someone who's doing like a sprint with like the barriers in the way and you have to keep jumping. I can't remember what it's called now, where you run and jump. And it feels like that kind of energy, like people keep coming at you as well. Like you're in a crowd and you're trying to run. And there's people and you have to like dodge the people. And it feels like you're going to do very well. But I do feel like there is a moment when you might slip up or you might just... I feel like someone might just work themselves into exhaustion. In a little bit of a way, it's like you're very strong and you're very steady. And you can handle it. But I feel like there's only so much you can do. There might be a point where maybe the workload is finished and you don't have a reason to keep having to get up every day. And you finally get a lie-in and you just can't get out of bed. I feel like once you finally get a rest, you're going to realise how exhausted you are. So it's like you complete your mission and you manage to keep going despite any setbacks or failures or limitations or problems or people in your way or anything that comes up to deter you. It just feels like by the end of it, you're defeated and exhausted. So it's like the battle is complete, but you just feel like you lost a lot of like soldiers, so to speak. Like you lost so much energy that it was worth it, but maybe too much, too exhausting. So I do feel like the maybe advice from this reading is to maybe try and manage your energy and your time and your resources in a way where you can keep going no matter what. And maybe try not to rush, try not to overload yourself. Because it feels like you are doing really well and you're going to do really well. But I do feel like there is an opponent or there's some pressure again or there's some difficult situation where you have to overcome it. It feels like a difficult thing which you have to do, and I feel like it's going to take all your strength and all your determination and all your focus and all your willpower and all your sense of self-control to be able to stay calm, because I feel like you might have angry people coming your way, you might have an argument, you might have quite a few different issues that are going on at once, a few different problems that you have to deal with. I feel like you may need protection from a particular person. I'm hearing it may be a partner. You might continue trying to communicate with this person with like one foot in and one foot out the relationship. For a little while, it feels like there'll be a lot of arguments though, and a lot of... I feel like they might try to take a lot of digs at you and you kind of put your shield up. You manage to shield yourself from the digs that they take at you. It's like little tiny pricks that they try and take to your self-esteem, like something small. Like, I don't like this haircut on you. Or something small like that, but it's like daily. I feel like they give you little jabs daily. It's like a friend or a co-worker or a partner. And I feel like you're trying to put up with it. You're trying to maybe people please. You're trying to be nice. You're trying to continue the conversation. Maybe when you don't really want to, and I feel like you have better ideas and you maybe have better things you would like to communicate to people about. And I feel like it's one of those things where you might need to walk away before you get so sick of it that you're defeated. So I feel like it can really get to you if they're saying things like I don't like those shoes, you should wear this kind of shoes. It's like it might convince you to wear the kind of shoes they're saying you should wear, even though it's not in your nature to wear those kind of shoes. So yeah, I hope you will like not go too far with those kind of relationships and just cut it off if you can. Or try to ignore those kind of colleagues and try and reshape the conversation about something better. But it might be for someone, if your job's like really toxic and everyone's a bully, you might have to quit and leave it behind and find a new one. For someone, I'm seeing you might be doing 2 jobs at once and it's too much work. And again, it's like you end up suffering from exhaustion a little bit, and you might be deluding yourself to thinking you can handle how much work is being put on your plate. I'm seeing something interesting for someone. It's about mental health situation, and I feel like you've been really okay, but you might have someone who's maybe like medicating you with something. Maybe you're on like 2 tablets. I feel like it may be making you like see double or triple or something. It's like maybe not very good for you as much as the doctors might have thought it would be. And I feel like it's maybe making you feel like you have 1 foot in reality and 1 foot not in reality. That's kind of coming through. Like you might feel a bit lost in the sauce right now, especially if you're mixing it with alcohol. Like if someone taking antidepressants and drinking and maybe doing other things as well, like other substances, because it feels like it's really bad for you. And I don't know if you're suffering from like heartburn and indigestion and all sorts of other things going on, like internal mental health stuff. For someone, you might even have dissociative identity disorder. And I feel like there might be like another altar that's forming for somebody, and you might need to defeat your demons by maybe removing the toxins from your body. Because I feel like it may be a bit difficult for you to keep functioning if you're taking like a tablet that you shouldn't take or a substance that you shouldn't take. So try and be very harmonious in yourself. I feel like you also might find 2 angelic protection moments come to you, which seem to be giving you warnings or saving you. It's like 2 signs, 2 angelic signs that come to you. They might be quite subtle. I feel like they're not going to be really extreme. They might just highlight a direction that you should go in or ideas that you should put in your head. And it's not going to make you feel defensive or angry. It will like show you something in a way that makes you feel calm and peaceful. So yeah, I feel like you can maybe find people who can help you in a time of need that's coming through. I do feel like you may need a break, so try and take a break from things which might be upsetting your balance, whether that's people or substances or things that you're doing or overworking. Try and take care of yourself and try and keep, at least if you're doing like a lot of meditation and spiritual searching, try and keep at least 1 foot in reality and stay grounded and try and ground and all of that after doing any kind of psychic stuff. So I'm going to go and ground now after doing this reading. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button below. Leave me a comment to let me know how it resonated for you. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And check out the information in the description box if you'd like a personal reading. Thank you for watching and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. This reading is for you if you chose the red Jasper. Let's see what cards you have. From the astrology reading cards you have Uranus, your potential for sudden change, enlightenment and awakening. From the sacred power reading cards you have unconditional love. From the elemental oracle you have speed, movement. From the true heart intuitive tarot you have the 5 of Wands. And the 6 of Discs. And then from the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot you have the Hermit. And the 2 of Cups. I feel like there is a lot of interest in you at some point in the future. It feels like, or maybe you have an interest in a lot of different people. And I feel like it's like a stressful period of your life where you might be worried about money. In the future, it feels like there's a lot of things that you're thinking about at a certain time. Maybe sex and romance and love is one of those things. I feel like there may be a lot of people interested in you, like I said, or a lot of people you're interested in. It may boil down to 1 or 2 people who you're trying to choose between. And I feel like one will show maybe more interest in you, or one you're going to be more interested in, or one seems more interesting in general. I feel like eventually you're going to manage to figure out which person is suitable for you, and it feels like you're going to find someone who's really good match for you and is unconditionally loving and accepting. For some of you, I feel like it's kind of the opposite, like you already have a partner. You might want some alone time, maybe you want to go off and see what else is out there, maybe you're very unsatisfied with your partner. Maybe you did have some moments of connection, but you argue a lot and you feel like there may be a better match out there for you. I feel like someone else could come in with a lot of speed, like very quickly. Someone else could come in and steal your heart. This person will probably be more generous, I want to say, and maybe more accepting of you and less argumentative. And I feel like they have more wise ideas, more wise perspective than maybe the other person you were seeing. And I feel like it's more of a real connection and it feels more blessed. It feels more healing. It feels blessed by spirit. And like it's really good for you on an emotional level. I feel like this person will be gentle with you and you'll be gentle with them in a really caring way. I do feel like there may be someone who's a bit of a snake at some point in your future. Maybe 2 people. Or I'm seeing for someone it's like one person who's maybe... I'm hearing for someone it's like one person who's getting 2 other people to like do their dirty work, to do something, and I feel like you're going to find out about what they're doing. It's like maybe 2 friends who are bitching about you behind your back because maybe someone else has told them something which is potential for it to be not even true. potential for it to be true. I feel like you're going to find out the truth about people around you and how untrustworthy some of them are. Feels like there's like a sense of gossip or something, and I feel like you might find people around you are just gossiping about each other and it's nothing to do with you. But through them doing that, you might just notice some of them you don't like talking to. And some of them you do, some of them you'll really love because they don't do that, like they don't do the gossiping thing. There might be other people, it could even be family or best friends, where you always just find them, they could be needy as well, like they always want something from you. Or they're always asking you for favors and handouts and help and arguing with you. So yeah, just take it as it resonates, but I feel like you're going to find out some important pieces of information about people around you and about things in your life, and it might be a bit sudden, like you might suddenly just like walk in on a conversation where people are gossiping about you or talking negatively about you or something like that, or like one of your friends asking what to do about a situation with you or something, like on the phone to someone else, like, so yeah, what should I do, or what should I tell him, or should I tell her? And it's going to be like you need to have a conversation with them. I feel like you might talk to them in a very gentle way. You might be very kind to them, but it might stress you out still. I do feel like for someone, it's like you need new friends or you need a new partner who's not going to bitch about you. Especially if it's your partner, like they're on the phone wondering what to do about a situation with you. They haven't talked to you about it and it feels a bit rude. I feel like for someone, they're like running out of their relationship with a swiftness. It feels like there are other people who are interested in you and other people who are attracted to you, but you just have to be careful because some of them have bad intentions. And I feel like they have very bad intentions, some of them. So it's just one to be careful with, and I feel like the vision of your future has a really nice picture of someone helpful in it. It's like a person who gives you good advice. You may find they're like a person who is a legal advisor or a health advisor or someone like that you have to pay for their services. I feel like they're very helpful and they're very useful and they can maybe help give you advice. Could be like a divorce lawyer for someone. I feel like they're really worth the money for you to maybe like get out of a really unhappy marriage or something like that, which is not usually condoned, but I feel like for someone it's like a really bad marriage. We might need help to get out of it, and they might be really affordable and really good and really just help you to de-stress. Also, if you have a business, you might need to hire somebody. And I feel like they can help and they'll be very quick, like they might be very quick at typing. Really worth the money, and maybe they can do the job of 2 or 3 people. I feel like they also have really good attention to detail, and you also might be hired because you have good attention to detail, I'm seeing, for someone, and you can save someone a lot of headache. For you, you might have a lot of headaches, again, about money and things like that, so it might be really good for you to be able to use, hearing for someone to use your brain power, like your mind, your intelligence, your thoughtfulness, and maybe things like attention to detail, like fast typing. Feels like there's certain skills and maybe like good customer service skills or something, like there's some kind of job coming through, which may be really stressful, but it feels like it's quite interesting and you get to help people and you get quite good money. It feels like you're not, if you're doing like complaints or customer service or something, this is really random. It feels like you're not going to be too close to the people that you have to talk to, like maybe you're just on the phone or something like that, or like I'm seeing someone at a fast food window and it's like a drive-through, so you don't really have to like touch people, you don't have to worry about coronavirus or colds and flus. It's like you're behind a window and you don't worry about them hitting on you, I'm hearing, or like trying to touch you inappropriately or asking too many details about you. It's more like you just maybe give them their food and they drive off. So it feels like you could maybe, that's for someone, and for someone else like the administration or something. So yeah, I feel like for someone it's like a new job that you're finding in the future. And it seems stressful, but I feel like you make friends and you quite like helping people. You get to help people, you get to make a difference in the world. And do something which gets you a bit of money, and I feel like it might be really quick, like it starts very quickly. This one seems like very short-term future, like the vision for your future is soon, it feels like. So I'm sorry if you do find out someone's cheating on you or they're disloyal friends or they're just like very annoying to you in the future. Like if you have annoying friends, I'm sorry for you. I feel like you can get better friends. You can get a better partner, and I feel like it's one of those things for like certain people where they might want to consider things like whether they can rebuild their marriage or whether they want to go off on their own or whether they love their partner unconditionally. I feel like most of you, it's not really about leaving your partner if you're with a partner. More likely a job or something. But yeah, do bear in mind these readings are for everyone, so not every single message is for you.
If you want it to be all for you, please come for a personal. And it's much more valuable for you as a person. You don't have to share the reading with everyone else. Get in touch. The information will be below in the description. There's affordable options or more expensive options depending on you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope to see you again next time. Bye. This reading is for you if you chose the Jade. Let's see what cards you have. From the astrology reading cards, you have Taurus. The energy around you shows the abundance of nature. It is rich, earthy, and productive, yet relaxed and slow. From the Sacred Power reading cards, you have Freedom. From the Elemental Oracle, you have Pressure, Transformation. From the True High Intuitive Tarot, you have the Six of Cups. And the Eight of Wands. And then from the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot, you have the Two of Swords. And the Four of Cups. I'm seeing there's like a really great idea that comes to you in the future, and it feels very transformative. It feels amazing. It feels like something that breaks apart your understanding of everything so far and remakes it into something more accurate for you, something more focused. It feels like it kind of changes your whole life and what you're doing so far and gives you a new path for the future. And you might find there's some help with getting this idea, like maybe you're talking to someone who could be a friend or family and they just give you a suggestion and you start looking into it, or you start reading up on something, or maybe you just talk for ages and it completely changes your focus in life. It completely changes how you see the world. I feel like it might make you want to stop doing certain things you were doing before and stop seeing certain people you were seeing before. Like right now you might have a lot of, or maybe in the future you have a lot of people you're communicating with. Maybe there's a lot of people you have your eyes on. I feel like for someone it's like a romantic invitation or someone who comes in who makes you reset your focus and your eyes are really on them and you realize that they're the person you want. And you're going to have to stop talking to everyone else. It's like a big realization that you were wasting your time and energy with people who you didn't like even. And it's one of those things where it's a bit of a warning for somebody that there is someone really great coming in the future. If you're single right now, but you're not really single and you're like talking to too many people and you've got too many options, you've got your eyes on too many people, it feels like you might have a problem when this person comes in because they're going to see you as like too busy with everyone else and maybe you don't have space and time for them. You might not even have a chance to get with them as much. You might just end up being their friend instead of their partner because you've got someone else. So do be careful. Do try not to waste your time and energy with the wrong people. You're getting a warning right now, but I feel like within the next 6 months, for somebody it's even 6 weeks, you're going to find someone really nice comes in. But they might be like a ship that sails away from you because they're not going to wait around for you. So it's like you have to move very quickly with this person. You're going to have to communicate quickly. I'm seeing a sense of maybe somebody doesn't reply for too long because they're maybe talking to other people and this person stops talking to you, or it maybe changes the relationship. So make sure if someone really good comes in, you accept the opportunity. I want to say a little bit of advice. You might be waiting a really long time for them to come, like 6 months, but when they come, it's going to move really quickly. The conversation's going to move very quickly. And they're the kind of person you would want to keep in your life. They're very sweet. They're very caring. They're somebody who has a lot in common with you. And I do feel like the relationship might be a bit playful and charming at the beginning, but it has a lot of potential to transform into something else. So even if this person's like very flirtatious and almost seeming in love with you at the beginning, if you are like speaking to other people still or sleeping with other people, I feel like they can easily fly away and not bother with you anymore, or like vice versa. Or for example, if you start as friends, there's a lot of potential for them to get romantic feelings for you and get carried away with you and vice versa. So do be aware that conversation and communication in this connection is going to be very important. I feel like it has the potential to lead to like a wedding, or it has the potential to, I want to say, dead things, like to make things completely fall apart. So make sure that you're being kind and compassionate and attentive and focused when you do talk to this person. But yeah, going back to ideas, because I feel like that's very important for somebody. It's like something where you maybe haven't, I don't want to say it's completely new for somebody. It's like something you haven't done for ages, or something you haven't focused on for ages, or maybe the friend you speak to about this idea is one you haven't spoken to for ages. Maybe a friend resets your mind, or gives you something to imagine, or gives you something to feel excited about. I also feel like it may be some kind of other kind of opportunity that comes through a friend or another person, which gets you your eye on the prize or gets you more motivation or more focus or something like that. It does really feel like there's some sort of forward focus and forward movement. And I feel like for someone, you might be doing a lot of work on yourself. You may have a lot of memories from childhood and the past, which are a bit unhappy. And I feel like you've maybe been trying not to even focus on them and just trying to distract yourself, but maybe it's been making you feel depressed to not acknowledge your own feelings. Maybe you miss someone as well and you're not acknowledging your own feelings about it. I'm seeing a sense of moving on from that in the future due to you maybe going back to the memories and remembering it properly, giving it some time and affection and attention, and kind of like giving, I want to say like giving a hug to your past self, like giving a hug to your childhood self, saying everything's okay and trying to like train your brain to do better for the future and not hang on to old memories in a way that's unhelpful, to try and move forwards, and also to like, I want to say block certain people. I do feel like there's people who you might need to not trust, people who you might need to say no to, and it's worth waiting for a good person. I want to say it feels like in the future you will, I do want to say, stop talking to lots of people and stop trying with things that are not you. Like stop putting your energy into pointless time wasting activities and try to just save it and try to relax and try to save your money. And it feels like things that are very divinely blessed will come in for you. I do feel like someone's been waiting for their ship to come in. There's kind of like, I want to say two options for somebody, and one is not a very good one. It's like very temporary and it's maybe like a few day relationship if you go for it. And the other one seems like it will take you to wherever you want to go in life and continue with you forever. So I do want to say it's important for you to choose the right thing, because I feel like with someone in the collective, you've got like a war between good and evil going on in your mind. It's kind of like you have potential to choose the wrong thing for yourself, or you have potential to refocus your mind completely on what's right for yourself and not allow yourself to even entertain anything that's going to be like a temporary relationship or something like that. So I want to say keep your mind very positive and try and keep your thoughts very positive. Because things can go either way in your future depending on you, depending on what you say yes to and what you say no to, and whether you take action or don't take action towards things. And I'm not saying don't take action towards things in a bad way. It's more like it might be really good for you sometimes to just not do something so you can save that energy for something else, or save the time for something else, or save the money for something else. Do be aware that if you're busy with things that are not good for you, the really good promised things might not be available for you, or you might be too tired to do it. So just try and manage your energy as best as you can. Try and stay focused. And I want to say the vision for your future looks very interesting. And I do feel like there's like a romantic relationship or two options coming in. There's a lot of transformation on a thought level coming in and an emotional level, which is very exciting and has the potential to take you far. But you also have the potential to set yourself back. So be careful with your own, I want to say your own dark side, your own shadow side. If you would like a shadow reading, please feel free to come to me. It's a custom reading, so it's kind of like price on request. But feel free to get in touch if you'd like one. Also, there's other personal readings available. Contact me if you would like one. The information is below in the description box. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, leave me a comment to let me know how it resonated for you, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye. This reading is for you if you chose the Smoky Quartz. Let's see what cards you have. From the astrology reading cards, you have Jupiter, your confidence, courage, self-belief, and luck. From the Sacred Power reading cards, you have Tree of Life. From the Elemental Oracle, you have Oceans, Bravery. From the True Heart Intuitive Tarot, you have the Four of Cups and the Hermit. And then from the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot, you have the Ten of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, and the Tower. I'm seeing you going off on a solo mission to do something. It may be from a place of pain or it may be from a place of stress. But it feels like, honestly, it does feel like from a place of maybe both for a lot of you. It feels like there's like a lot that has changed in your life, maybe already or maybe in the future. And it feels like it's very upsetting and stressful. And it leads you to go somewhere else. And I feel like you're going to put your all into a new path. And the new path is maybe not necessarily new, but it kind of feels a bit new in the sense of maybe the effort you put towards it, or maybe your focus on it, or maybe how... I'm hearing for someone how you don't have a backup plan. It's like your career or something, like you don't have another option. It's like it can't fail because it's the only thing you can do. I feel like you might have to do some research and study and make more of what you're doing already in a way that's new, if that makes sense. But it does feel like you're going to put all of your effort and all of your intent into creating something long-term and stable for yourself. And it feels to do with money, and it feels to do with business and career, but also to do with family and friends and your community and your network, and trying to create a stable foundation for yourself. I feel like things have maybe been very uneasy for you. And in the future, you might find things go a bit awry and they go wrong, and it puts you on a path where you want to find stability, where you want something that's not risky. I feel like you may have been, for somebody, you may have been engaging in very risky behavior and being a bit too self-confident and a bit too trusting things to work out even when you maybe didn't do the right things for yourself. I feel like at one point you might be left picking up the pieces from those kind of decisions and find yourself with something that you can focus on. But it might take a while. It might be like a long-term thing that you need to keep putting effort into and keep planning and keep delivering on and keep investing in. I do feel like there may be some family stuff that you find out about that's very shocking and difficult. You may argue with a family member. You may decide to spend more time alone, like with someone you might want to move away from your family and get away from everyone and be on your own as a result of maybe family situations that are stressful. Likewise, for someone with a marriage or relationship that's a long-term relationship, you might decide to go off on your own. You might need a blank slate, a blank space, but you find things very chaotic, and you might find that the people around you are kind of crowding you and stressing you out, and you just need a bit of space from them. For somebody, you might be able to just go for like nighttime walks on your own or something if you live somewhere safe. It might be a case of you just getting a little bit of space to yourself. Maybe even not being awake during the hours that your family members are awake. If you like live in a big house with all your family or roommates, or you find your environment very chaotic, it might be that you can make yourself awake when they're not awake, kind of thing, so you can get that alone time without actually like traveling far away. Also, if you have a really stressful job, you might be able to work remotely or something like that, at least a few days a week. Or maybe you can change your working hours. Maybe they have like flexi time and you can work hours when it's less crowded. So I'm feeling for someone there's like a big stress about performing or being around people. But having said that, I do feel like you're going to get confident with things like that at the same time. It's like right now you might be very stressed about things that you're put under pressure to do, to perform, that are very important for you in terms of either your community and network and people, or your career and money. So I feel like you're going to be maybe taking a big leap of faith and a risk that does pay off at some point. But it feels more planned, like you have maybe planned what you're going to do and not just like thrown all your eggs in one basket that seems like unstable kind of thing. I feel like there's different risks that you could take. There's some that are really worth it. It's like maybe applying for a job that's a bit difficult or something like that. And there's other risks, which is moving to a whole other country and like getting rid of everything and not having a job there or something like that. So it's like the risks that I'm seeing in the future, they could go well for you and they could go badly for you. You might kind of learn how to, for somebody you might be turning like 24 or 25. It's the age when there's something called the amygdala in your brain, and it starts to recognize like risk versus reward more. So it's like it lets you know more when something's a good idea versus not a good idea. So say going on a date with someone sexy when you've already got a really good partner at home. Maybe when you turn like 24, 25, you might start realizing that's not a very good idea because you could risk ruining things with your solid, stable partner for something that is not even good. It's just like a risky one night stand or something. So I feel like that's the kind of maturity that I'm seeing for somebody. It's like you're growing up and you're learning which risks are the right risks for you and which ones are the wrong risks for you. You might find that you're in a stable community once you manage to get rid of a lot of stuff, I want to say, or get rid of a lot of people or move away from a lot of people. I kind of feel like once things fall apart from your life, you will find there's one or two things left that are very stable and worth carrying on with for like the rest of your life. It feels like there is something to rely on that's coming in, something you can trust, but you might find it's a bit difficult to get it. You might have to put in, again, like it might be a bit risky, or you might have to really stress and strive and put in a lot of hard work to make it safe for you. You also might have to leave everyone else behind to make sure that you're able to continue with this thing. So I hope you enjoyed the reading. Sorry, it's a bit stressful. It feels like you are going to have a bit of a stressful moment, but I'm seeing you tackling it and I'm seeing you getting something good out of the stress and the hard times. It just feels like quite a big feat for you. You're going to need to be strong and brave, I want to say, and self-confident and self-motivated and independent. And I feel like you're going to have a sense of what's right long-term for you and maybe clear out everything that's not right for you long-term. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the reading. Thank you for watching. Please get in touch if you'd like a personal, because this one feels a bit complicated. Like it could go different ways for different people. So yeah, get in touch for a personal. It's much more tailored for you. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button below if you like this reading. Leave me a comment to let me know how it resonated for you. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And check out the other content on my channel if you're interested. I make a lot of readings like this. Thank you for watching and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. This reading is for you if you chose the orange calcite. Let's see what cards you have. From the astrology reading cards you have the 3rd house, your potential to learn something, and your local neighborhood. From the sacred power reading cards you have retreat. From the elemental oracle you have south, adventure. From the true heart intuitive tarot you have the tower. The Prince of Cups. And then from the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot you have the Emperor. And the 3 of Swords. I'm feeling like there may be a big disappointment with something where it kind of crumbles down and you may need to collect yourself after that. I feel like it's something you may have been doing that wasn't like part of your destiny. It feels like you may have been on a bit of a side, not even a side quest or a side mission, because it feels like maybe something a bit pointless that was just for fun. Like just for a little adventure to like see how something goes. It may have been something like a romantic relationship with someone who was very disappointing or something like that, or it may be in the future. I feel like you may try and cling to it even though it's not for you. It's like something which is just for fun or just for like a time waste activity because you were bored, and it feels like you're going to get too attached to it, or you are too attached to it, and it's like the future is showing that it's like God, spirit, whatever you want to call your higher power, the universe, or even your own higher power, like you want to get rid of it. It doesn't belong in your life. It's not good for you, but you're going to cling to it for some reason. It's like you've spent so long doing it. You spent so long with it that you want to stay with it, even though it's not actually right for you and there's something better out there for you. Feels like it's maybe quite treacherous for you in the future with something to do with your emotions or feelings. You may be developing feelings a bit too intensely for someone who they might seem very stable and responsible and reliable, but they might keep letting you down, and it's like they let you down, but then they convince you that they're still stable and you still have feelings for them. It feels like very tearful and very emotional and not very enjoyable of an adventure that you've been on or that you're going on. And I feel like it's going to fall apart so that you can have something more stable, so that you can build something long-lasting. But there's like real lessons to learn from the painful experience that you go through. And it might be something that you need to learn that's like practical as well as things that you need to learn about yourself or things that you need to learn to avoid making mistakes in the future. It feels like there may be like a new career that you're doing because maybe you're doing something else and it just didn't work out for you and there's something more stable for you to do. Like for someone, maybe you were pursuing a creative hobby as a career or something, or pursuing a new career path that wasn't destined for you. And there's something better for you that's more your vibe, that would be more suitable to you and your skills, but you might need to do some research, you might need to learn, you might need to study some new things. I feel like you also might need a break because you might have just been filling your time with things that were not for you and found that you've got clutter and a bit too much going on. Feels like in the future the universe thinks you need a break. And it's going to be really peaceful to have a break, but I feel like you may have some emotions that come up while you're relaxing and resting that are quite jarring, actually, like quite difficult emotions where you see your past and your life and yourself in maybe a different light, and it might bring up some feelings about what you should do going forward, and that might lead to you wanting to learn some things or wanting to create like a new routine for yourself or wanting to be more disciplined, wanting to be more strict with yourself. I feel like there may be some, again, like difficult feelings that you might be having in the future or difficult relationships. Like I feel like there may be some snakes around you, people who are not trustworthy, who again feel like they're trustworthy but will end up disappointing you. There may be some gossip or some drama in your friendship circle or a third-party relationship, or not even a third-party relationship, but you might find out your partner's talking to someone else. Or maybe you're talking to multiple people and your partner finds out or something like that. Like you could just have a flirtation with a colleague, but your partner sees the messages and it ruins the whole relationship with them. So do be careful about things like pointless fun adventures where it could destroy the security of your life or your marriage or something like that. And I feel like you shouldn't trust people too much because they might let you down. Even in business, I feel like business partners and associates and employers and colleagues might let you down. So it might be best to not trust people too much. Don't trust people's words, I want to say. Because in the future, I am seeing potential for someone to really let you down. It feels like you're kind of in the midst of a lot of hard work yourself and you might trust someone else to do something for you and they don't do it properly. Well, for someone, it's like they have too much information about you because you let them have too much information and they go and blurt it out. They share it with other people. I also feel like this is quite far-reaching, this vision. It might go on for quite a long time. And the future past this is a bit unclear, but it feels like there is like a clear sky once you clear out things that are temporary and not very useful for you. It just might be a bit boring, I want to say. It's like there's a lot of potential for you to maybe do irresponsible, reckless things when you're bored. Instead of just taking a rest or reading a book or doing something positive for yourself or having just a nice cleaning day or something, it feels like there's things to do when you're bored that's not going to ruin the rest of your life or give you an attachment to someone who's bad for you or something like that. Just be careful. I want to say be careful who you talk to. But yeah, I feel like there's some things which are needing to be grieved and let go of in your future that you may want to hold on to, you may not want to let go of them. I feel like it's easier for you in the future if you just move through your emotions and try to avoid anything that will hang on to you or keep you stuck for too long. It's like there's people that may want to cling to you and grab you and stop you from going towards, I'm hearing like your divine partner or the person you're meant to be with. It's like there's snakes and they want to wrap around your legs, wrap around your ankles and stop you from walking forwards and keep you in a position where you're stuck and maybe obsessed with them too much when they're not even good for you. You maybe didn't like them in the first place before they did something to make you obsessed with them. So I'm going to leave it there. Please come for a personal if you'd like one. The information will be below. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Leave me a comment to let me know how it resonated for you. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed and check out the other content on my channel if you're interested. Thank you for watching and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. This reading is for you if you chose the white quartz. Let's see what cards you have. From the astrology reading cards, you have the sun, your immortal spirit, purpose, and destiny is involved. From the sacred power reading cards, you have intuition, from the elemental oracle, you have volcanoes, power, from from the True Heart Intuitive Tarot, you have the Three of Cups and the Seven of Swords. And then from the Rider-Waite-Smith, you have the Ace of Swords and Death. Feeling like you're going to get some really strong intuitive messages that are very helpful for you, and it's to find the truth out about things. It feels like you should really trust your own intuition and logic, because people around you in the future, I'm seeing there's some liars around you. They're really fake. They're like fake friends and people you just can't trust at all. They're a bit cleverer than they seem. I want to say like they don't seem as clever as they are, but they're clever in not a very positive, helpful way. They're clever in a manipulative way. I want to say if this is you and you're the manipulative, crafty, clever person, your people who you're lying to are going to find out about you and they're going to leave you behind. And I feel like you're going to somewhat lose a bit of your power. But for those of you where you've been dealing with people like that, you're going to gain a lot of power. By cutting these people out and saying goodbye to them and taking your own power back, it's like you're claiming your own... You're claiming your own strength, you're claiming your own knowledge, you're claiming trust in your own intuition and taking out the trash, so to speak. It's like you are doing something huge for yourself, which makes you trust yourself more, which makes you feel more confident. And I want to say you don't need these people. You're very good on your own. You're very independent. You don't need the fake friends. You don't need a fake partner. You don't need to date people who are not good enough for you and who promise things and don't deliver on them. So yeah, I feel like it's very good energy for you to just get very confident in yourself and very trusting of your own intuition and very able to see through people's lies in the future. It's like you get a vision of what someone's doing, or you find out the truth to confirm your intuition that you've had for ages about somebody. And it feels like it really is like a closure thing, like you get closure on someone or something or some people. And it's really helpful because it allows you to have a fresh start. And I do see a fresh start coming in for you where you're more positive feeling and you're more positive thinking. You feel like you've cleared space in your life for new things. I feel like for someone you might have gathered too many friends. And maybe you're the one who's like not being dishonest or lying to them necessarily or being fake, but just being flaky because you just don't have energy for all of the friends. So you have to say no, or you say yes and then you don't turn up. I feel like you might in the future realize that you need to stop seeing so many people or stop doing too much. You might find that you've got too much on your to-do list and you're maybe promising your boss you'll get this done by 3 p.m. But you know in your truth, in your heart, that you can't get it done by 3 p.m. Actually, it's going to take you till next week. I feel like you're going to get better at being honest yourself. Like this doesn't have to be a really horrible person who's manipulating everyone. It could just be someone who doesn't want to let anyone down and is like people-pleasing. I'm seeing a kind of people-pleasing energy from someone watching, or lots of you guys. We're all guilty of this sometimes. It's things like, yeah, no problem, of course I can do that for you, but actually you don't want to. It's like doing a favor for someone, like you want to make them happy. You want to agree to their favor, but actually you really can't fit it in. And to fit it in is going to lead to you being really stressed and feeling annoyed at them. So actually it'd be better to say, I really wish I could, but I'm sorry, I actually can't help. Maybe someone else can help with that, or I'm free next week to do it. If you need it done next week, maybe I can do it next week. Or just say no and stop trying to people please. Like maybe you pretend to like people when you meet them. And in the future, you're going to stop doing that. Like you're just going to be honest about people and say, actually, I don't want to hang out. Actually, I don't want to chat. Actually, I don't have time to chat to you. Rather than kind of pretending that you're going to... I'm seeing someone that's like a vision of you giving your number out and not really liking people, but still like charming them and flattering them and giving the fake conversation with them. And I feel like you're going to get better at saving your energy and not trying to flatter other people and not trying to people please. And being okay with being disliked and honest, I want to say, being okay with being truthful, being okay with just claiming what you want. It's like really important for you actually to claim your own power and to claim your own intuition. And again, to trust yourself. And I feel like this is really bright and obvious reading, where it's about truth coming out and it's about things ending because the truth is coming out. And disloyal people and fake people and lies being removed. And I feel like through you doing that for somebody, your friendship circle is going to get a lot better. It's like you take away some people who are not good, or you stop trying to please everyone and make friends with everyone, and your real friends are discovered, unearthed, obvious. So I hope you liked the reading. Please do let me know in the comments how it resonated for you. Hit the thumbs up button below if you did. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed.
And get in touch if you'd like a personal reading. The information will be below. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.